He kills their KRUGS on blue side after diving in bot. Then he runs to our KRUGS top without basing. And Scar solo kills him on our KRUGS. And Meteos says after the game, what the f***? You did KRUGS to KRUGS? And then some other things I don't want to say on camera.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Cloud9 Kia Forecast, episode 17. Joining me today, we have Vulcan, Blaber, and Zven just coming off a win against Team Liquid. How's it going, guys?
Awesome.
It's going great. It's going great.
Oh yeah, 2-0 victory, not even close. As a reminder, we have Brazilian Portuguese subtitles available. Please subscribe. We're launching a new merch collection, the SS25 Spring Collection, which will be available on May 12th.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get into it, guys. You just had a crazy banger match against TL. You know, it was a 2-0.
Yep, clean.
Walk me through that. How was it? Let's start with game one.
Well, game one was a free one because I got in the Fury.
Yeah. Is this champion balanced? Every time I see her, she looks more and more OP. What's going
I don't
on
know.
with
It
that?
doesn't feel very balanced when I play it. I'll be honest. So yeah, I would say no.
Okay.
I think she gets stronger with time because none of these players have played this champ before.
Yeah.
And now they're like slowly getting better and figuring out how you're actually supposed to play.
Yeah, it got nerfed and it got stronger somehow.
Well,
The time catch effect. I like to call it.
Yeah, it's when I watch it, it seems like she scales crazy. Like she can kind of 1v1 carries, right? And then it's impossible to catch or punish or anything.
Yeah,
So,
the W spell is really OP for diving and like you can dodge any spell so easily, like a Seer ult or whatever. It's like so unskilled.
yeah. You had a nice dodge on Poppy ult today.
Oh yeah. I mean, that one's kind of easy, but it's not like a buffer or anything like Ezreal or Tristana. It's like it's just instant. It's like you're flashing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like really OP part about the spell, and the champ just scales like too hard. I feel like when you get 6 dogs, I think it's like level 16 or something, you just completely 1v9. Like when you ult on someone, the dogs do like 700 damage instantly.
When you have 6 dogs,
Yeah.
though, it's like a massive break.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like when you get
Everyone
6
knows this.
Yeah. Like and then like
You got to play around the 6 dogs.
exactly, and then the more items you have, the more damage you do, and carries get one shot. So
Yeah,
that
That makes
part I
sense.
know.
Yeah.
that part I'm aware of.
yeah, I can see it. There was that play where Jan walked up mid lane, and
yeah.
you just kind of ulted him, and he died.
And to be honest,
He
I
had
think
both sums, but it just seemed like it
Yeah.
didn't matter if you used
you
them.
might not do anything there, to be honest.
Was it up
He
a
was
bit
like,
too
like in
far?
on Nexus at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you think it was just easy game?
well, I think we played pretty well in game one, which we gave what we had to give. I think they also played some fights poorly. Like the Herald fight, actually, like I think Phil was just dead for free if they didn't like run it down afterwards.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Pantheon ult.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that because I was watching with Doubleth and Sneaky, and Doubleth said he liked that ult by Pantheon.
I mean, I thought the ult was fine, but he had E and Flash and used none of them and died. So
Okay,
like,
that's not ideal.
I mean, I'm not sure like the ult was like good,
Yeah,
but like he ults in,
Yeah, I think
gets
it's fine.
Talia comboed, uses no spells, fine. I mean, not really fine, but it's whatever. Then Galio ult comes down, he has time to use spells, uses no spells, dies,
yeah,
and then, yeah, I don't know. It was just cringe.
yeah. I was pretty impressed by Thanatos Galio. Is that something he's been playing? Because I wouldn't think of him as like the Galio top guy. I think of him more as like
The Rumble guy.
Rumble or Gwen or like anything that's not a tank.
Yeah, we thought they would pick Galio themselves into Rumble. Like they would give us Rumble. They
Mhm.
picked Rumble in 4. We're like, well, we have to play Galio now. It's kind of good in the Fury too. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a combination.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of popped off. When did you feel like the game was kind of in your hands? Because to me, it seemed like there was that one dragon fight where, like,
Yeah,
I think
that was, like,
you
the-
guys were like level 12 and 13, like Blaber, you and Thanatos, and then you were on like 2 items, and they still opted to fight. Did you guys feel like the game was kind of in the bag by that point, or?
Yeah, I think we had a better position, and then Talia walls them, pushed me into like a choke, so I can like E and ult and SMF. So we got free Drake. I think once we win that fight, they can't win anymore.
Mhm.
I feel like we're just outscaling them super hard everywhere. Besides maybe Asir, but you can't carry alone in this game. They have like 0 real engage, Poppy Pantheon can't do anything to us. We have mid brown, we have side push, we have engage, we have picks, just can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
I think they had to. Also, Ezreal didn't have mana immune for the 3rd Drake fight, which is kind of a problem, I think. So he was like kind of weak at that time. So if you win a fight before his big spike, it's kind of bad for Ezreal.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that one didn't seem to give you guys too much trouble, but game 2, that one was a little bit more of back and forth.
It might have looked like it, but inside the game, we were pretty confident.
Yeah, as soon as the next turn started
Personally,
going
we weren't
down.
sweating at all. We were comfortable in that
This
position.
is right where we wanted them.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you guys about the Electrocute Lucian Milio that's been popping up lately.
Yeah, it's really skilled.
Yeah, what's up with this? Is this just like a OP or lane cheese pick or
It's
like
really good
what do you
early
think about
game.
yeah.
I think it's kind of hard to play against like tanks. You don't do a lot of damage to tanks and like bruisers, but early game is really strong and really unskilled. You just jump forward and you just win automatically against almost anything. Yeah, it's kind of strong early game. I think we kind of misplayed a little bit as well. I did mostly. Took a lot of damage when I didn't have to. I think once I get 6 on Corki, I can farm it with ult, and if he dashes forward, we can win. But before 6, it's really hard. Also, it's really strong on mid. Like, you get prior all the time. You can, like, ult people that are anything, like Blaber, that one time.
Yeah.
And then Milio
True.
obviously is good against Lilia, so it's kind of like a problem.
Yeah, there were a few moments I was curious about. So there was the first one that I want to ask you about, Zven, was, you guys had the laning phase was kind of rough. Like
Yeah.
they killed you one time, and then you guys went for the swap. Remember where?
Yeah.
What was the idea behind the swap there? Because was it like because I think they initiated it, like they swapped first, and then your recall got canceled by Yorick.
Yeah. We have Gnar, so we have to do it.
Yeah,
Because if Gnar is top against Lucian Milio, he will, one, get dove by Skarner. Like, Skarner's like a S tier dive champ, so they will just eat him into the wall, one-shot him, take
Okay.
grubs, take the whole tower, and then we're down like 1,000 gold, 500 maybe.
okay.
So we have to match. That's pretty much just it. If
Okay.
we don't match, they get grubs, they dive Gnar. Gnar can't farm 1v2. Yorick can farm 1v2 because, I mean, Corki Nals are fine in 1v2, but we can't dive as Corki Nals Lilia on Yorick.
I can already picture myself pressing hook and hooking one of his like little doggies or
His
whatever. they are, the
dogs.
gold.
His
I call
dogs.
it dogs, but
I mean, we might be able to kill him one time, but if he has TP, like we'll never kill him again. So
Yeah, there's like
Okay.
a chance
yeah,
something bad
I'll use
happens.
my ult one time, and then we'll probably just kill him once. But then if he
Yeah.
TP's back, it's like
And by the time we kill him, they've already killed Thanatos at least once.
Yeah.
they're on like
And-
tier 2.
And they're like on, they're like on grubs.
As a bot lane, though, are you guys kind of hoping for the mismatch? Like, do you want to lane against this lane, or are you like secretly hoping Thanatos can deal
I
with
think
it?
I'm like not very selfish when it comes to lane swaps. I understand if Thanatos is playing, Gnar or like some other carry champ, Jace, like, I have to just go top anyways. Because even if you can't beat their bond 2v2, if I don't go there, they will just take 5 plays from Thanatos,
Yeah,
which is not good for me either,
yeah.
So it's just like just go up top and get level 6 and then you farm even.
Mhm.
we
I think-
actually ended up winning a fight there.
Yeah, we want to fight.
Yeah.
6. I think Lucian was kind of trolling like
Yeah.
a lot of the fights we had. He was like dashing a bit too aggressively.
And then Milio was ulting before I even ulted, like a
Yeah.
lot of the fights.
Mhm.
Yeah, we also got 6 first on Nautilus because I died like
It
once.
was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I died
Funneling
once.
experience into Nautilus is kind of
Yeah, it's kind of lit
kind of
strategy.
base, yeah.
Yeah, was that something you had planned? I was going to ask about that next like 3v3 skirmish in the top lane.
Yeah, I
where
mean, so
Lucian
got-
kind of dashed
I
into a
based-
Nautilus.
I based it like level 3 for a tier, and then Phil caught a wave, and then we fought at the Grump, so I gave the whole wave, and Phil got the XP, right? Then I died in lane, and Phil got a lot more solo experience. He said, "It's fine, I'll get 6 first, and we just fight grubs." We're like,
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah,
sounds
Okay.
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
we had planned to fight.
We talked about it, yeah. There's like a small timer where we have 6 on Nautilus and Lilia before Amelia gets 6.
Okay,
We should always win at any point.
gotcha.
Yeah. And we did. Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like the early game was going pretty well for you, and then Blaber, I was kind of imagining myself in your position, and this game seemed really annoying, where you were up like 2 levels or something on Skarner as Lilia. You were power farming everything, but then they just kept making like fast side lane plays and taking turrets.
I mean, to be honest, like I was like, kind of thought the game was lost before we even started playing.
Really,
Because I
From
was
draft?
like, I was like, I don't know how we're gonna win this game, but luckily,
That's crazy to say here.
but luckily,
Nick Smith, are you watching?
but luckily, the Skarner was trolling for the first like 8 minutes of the game. He was, like,
Did
giving
you
us-
see what he did on his first clear?
Yeah, I saw. But yeah, he was trolling so hard, and then because of that, the game was like, in my opinion, kind of a free win. But I think it was like really bad of me. Like basically, I had a huge lead, and then I lost my flash and like all my condition before the Herald.
Oh, to the ball in?
Yeah, to their bot lane
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
for no reason. And then we gave Ziggs Herald because of that. And then because Ziggs got Herald, we lost like 4 towers.
I think that the worst point was when second Drake, Lucian was like low mana, had no Essence River yet, and he had a lot of gold. and half HP, and he had the base right no matter what.
Yeah.
So it was free Drake, but then it was kind of obvious they would go top right to try and dive
Oh
Loki.
yeah. And then we lost the whole
we
top
should have
tower.
covered it. He said he was fine, but it's like a kappa fine. You know, like I'm fine, guys. I'll just ult
I'll
wave.
play.
Yeah.
And then Skarner
Easy
flash
play.
ease him with no counterplay, one shots him, and it's like shit.
It was like
Maybe
really,
I'm not fine.
it was really bad. We gave Ziggs like literally 5 plays. I
Ziggs
think.
took like the whole top tower, pushed the wave, then he based and ran bot and took bot tower,
Yeah.
and then he went to Herald, took 2 mid towers, and we're like, guys.
Yeah, APA Ziggs was going hard to sell that game.
Yeah, I mean they play good as a team around 6. Like they use the champ really well as a team. Like they find good opportunities to like group and
Mhm.
overload, we call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And they just took like 4 towers in like 3 minutes, and we're like, guys.
Yeah. What was your perspective on the team fights, like Phil? Because it seemed like it was hard for you guys to fight. Like a lot of the ones you guys were engaging on Lucian, and then like they were able to like peel with Milio and Skarner, and then you guys were running a little bit behind. But then eventually, you found like a really crazy fight in your base where I think you guys killed Milio first.
Yeah, that was kinda weird.
I couldn't even tell what happened in that fight. Like it looked.
It wasn't the one where APA like TP'd on the minion, like at the end of the game before like we got sold. Or what?
Yeah. It was like I think Loki somehow killed Milio.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like we can't win at that point. But then APA like literally TP'd melee range on me, so I broke his banshees instantly, and then
Okay.
he had a flash, and then because of that, like I mean, I don't know if it's like necessarily his fault, but like when your mid laner TP's melee range of the enemy team, you're only looking at him, like you're like trying to help him, right?
Yeah.
So then because of that, they didn't really see Loki's flank, and then Loki was able to one shot Milio, because I think at that point he had 3 items.
Yeah.
So, I just think the TP just really fucked their positioning in the fight. They all like try to walk up to save him, and then we got a good angle because of it.
I see. So it was a throw.
I didn't even see this. I was hitting Skarner the whole time. Or Yorick and his dogs.
Yeah. What's the approach in that kind of fight though? Because it seemed hard. You know, it's like they have so much peel. You guys are like kind of trying to dive.
We were just talking about how we need to have like more angles to go into the fight. Like we
Yeah.
can't all come from one side because they have Ziggs and he's gonna put the E down. And then
yeah.
like there was one fight I remember like I was CCing Lucian forever. I got ult off, I got hook off, I was igniting him, and I was like, "Yo guys, Lucian," and then my team was like, they're unable to come because Ziggs like probably just
Yeah.
pressed every spell he has. I didn't see the fight again, but it's like very hard to follow. So we're talking about like trying to TP flank or Narcan maybe charges Mega on like some camp and run from behind or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the idea. But I think something we didn't think about, it's kind of lucky, I guess, that Emilio got one shot, is maybe it's easier to kill that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can just ult him instead of Lucian. I was ulting Lucian every fight. But maybe if
Yeah.
I ult Emilio, he can't really outplay. And then if he has to ult himself to survive, then Blaber can
Then I can
make
get
him
a
sleep
sleep, yeah.
maybe.
I mean, the fight where you ulted Lucian, I think if I played that fight better,
The
I could
first, like at Soul.
yeah, I
Yeah,
could
the soul fight.
have Q flashed 3 people, but
Yeah.
I didn't, and then I got
So where
ulted.
Skarner grabbed you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I played that fight really bad, but I think like Milio used ult on Phil's like auto attack. I think after
Mm-hmm.
he hooked him, so if I just Q flashed 3 of them, I think we would have won the fight.
I think that fight, if we had Loki on a flank, we would also have one shot Illusion. He was kind of trolling, I think.
Yeah. No, Loki was on a flank. I think
He was?
It was
Yeah,
a bit
he
far, yeah.
he was just kind
He
of far.
wasn't range when the ult hit him, right?
Yeah, he was just kind of far.
I feel like
his
the
flank was
first
far.
Dragon fights were really easy because Lucian didn't have like that much range or damage. But once he got like Fire Cannon and like some components for LDR, he was like chunking people and like it was him forcing us to like go on them, right? And they started like having a lot of damage and poking us with like just one random Q hits or like he eased someone, pushing them out. It
Yeah.
felt hard to create space. But the first 3 were kind of easy for us to fight. He was like trolling that one fight in the Dragon. He like eat into the pit.
Yeah.
I remember.
He was Dragon at the end
Yeah,
of that fight. He was,
I was
like,
like, at that
right
point,
there.
I'm like poking more than they are, right? But then it got hard, like after they got 2-3 items. But it felt like late game we actually outscaled. Like
Yeah,
6
we
items,
did.
we were like much better.
Yeah.
But the mid game, the 3 to 5 item spike was like we couldn't do anything. Six just walks up to someone, Qs on CD, blue buff, 0 mana cost, just Q, hits once. Guys, I'm half HP. East the bush.
I will say we were down a lot of gold.
Yeah, probably.
Like, it's because like I think Ziggs at some point had like 4 items and Loki only had like 2.5.
Yeah,
So-
Ziggs was
Yeah.
in that before you guys won that fight. Ziggs, like they had a little graphic for
Yeah.
like matchups. He was up 4K gold on Loki.
Yeah.
and he had
so
like a
like
10 stack Dark Seal Death Cap. It was like oh god.
But the
Doesn't
thing
look
is,
good.
like later in the game, when Loki had like 4 items, he was legit one-shotting like Milio and Lucian. Like even through like all the shields and stuff, it felt like he was legit one-shotting them. So like if we were somewhat even in gold, maybe the game would have looked different. Unfortunately, we were not, as Ziggs took 4 towers from us.
Yeah, I think just
Yeah.
that one like 5-minute sequence when they got top tower, bot tower, and 2 mid towers was like kind
Not
of bad.
optimal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Not
I
super
could
ideal,
see that not
yeah,
being
you see
totally
that's not
optimal.
that great. Yeah.
What does it come down to avoid that though? Because like
I think-
obviously I'm not in your guys' shoes, but watching it, it seems hard when Ziggs just shows up and then it's like immediately it just kind of happens
Yeah, I mean,
like
I
one
think
wave, right?
It's not always gonna be the case, but in this specific case, Lucian was like, I based right on mid first, so I have tempo. But then he didn't even base when I came back to lane. So I was like, hey, Lucian is like trolling. He has no mana, no essence reaver, he has a lot of gold, he's half HP, and he stayed the whole time. So I was like, okay, they don't give Drake no matter what.
Mm.
So they'll probably look for a play on side lane.
Yeah.
But we're on Drake's side, so they can only go top to try to dive Loki. And then he was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
So I was
And
like,
like-
okay.
and
And I
then
put my
Phil's
anchor
like-
onto the mid turret. I was like
and-
hitting the mid turret.
Yeah,
In
Phil's
the
like, yeah,
meantime.
sounds good then.
Yeah, I mean,
And next time
He was-
I'm just gonna go top.
He was
So
not
you
I
just
don't
kind
care.
of have to predict what they're gonna do and be ready for
Yeah, I
it.
mean, I think it's kind of obvious.
They had
Like
one
Drake,
option.
Okay.
the go-to is like going top side for camps or top
That's
dive.
true.
So
Yeah.
we should
Also,
just been
like,
there.
even if we go top and they're not top, they can't hit the dragon. So like,
Yeah.
we'll just get pushed and then hit the
We
dragon.
could like defend
later.
one time and then
Yeah.
go Drake afterwards.
So it doesn't
maybe.
like.
Yeah.
It's not like they have another alternative.
It's
They
the
can
case of
actually do.
Kappa fine.
Yeah, just wanting to be okay, not wanting to ask for help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the old guys. Skarner, no counterplay, one trust him.
He's trying to be brave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. Oh, what do you think about Lucian builds? Are you a rapid fire early fan or no?
I don't know. It's like it's not bad to play for like poke and mid prio. When you're playing against like no tanks, we have Lilia, Gnar, Aurora. You don't have to go like full damage in these kind of games. But sometimes you build this and then you're playing against like Sion or like Skarner, Sejuani, even like fighting champs like Yone. You're like, wow, I do no damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of depends on like how you want to play the game. With Six, Melio, Skarner, it makes sense to play that way. All they gotta do is like play zone, play range. Honestly, I'm not sure. Like I've been trying different things. I like playing Earth with Essence Reaver and Navori. Feels kind of good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Lucian is like the same, I think, regardless of what you build. But I think with Melio, you can team fight more without the fire can. You don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for egoing on mid waves,
Mhm.
poking people. But most times, even if you don't have it, they still won't fight you anyway.
Okay.
So you can get prior without it, right? So I'll just go IE most of the time. But he got prior every wave, so
Nice.
yeah, good for him.
You wouldn't have got it without IE.
Yeah.
Pretty chill. Did you guys watch the
Or
100
right.
Thieves first Shopify game after
We
yours?
watched the first two, kind
Okay.
of. We were playing Arena, and we had like a fan fest after the day was over.
Yeah.
So we had to stay around the studios until the series was over.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, playing Arena, me and Phil. We were owning, obviously.
Obviously.
We didn't
And
even
we,
need our
uh,
normal gear. We were having like whatever gear they had.
Yeah, we
there
were playing
in
with
their
the Riot
bang.
PC Bang inside the studios.
the default peripherals.
Yeah. And we're watching like a alt tab between rounds.
Yeah.
We saw like the last game. We're like, it's kind of doomed. I realized like 0-3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they won with Zareth. I didn't
Yeah,
think
and he
it
was
was
like
possible.
He was down 100 CS or
he was
something.
down so much
Over
CS too.
100. Yeah, he's like 130
Yeah, I feel like-
CS down.
Playing Seraph is really hard if you're not the better team.
Yeah.
I guess they won, but it's like the silent part of the game is so hard to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was crazy. I don't know. I'm a huge Zareth hater personally, so I was like just shocked they managed to run with
I
it.
mean, I don't know why Shopify didn't play, or not Shopify, 100 didn't play side lane. Like, the Zerath was just grouping and never going bottom or
Yeah.
top. And they just, with their Aurelia just kept coming. He
What
bought
was
he bought Hullbreaker, and then he just didn't like push the Zerath in.
What was the ADC matchup that game?
It was Lucian versus MF.
Oh yeah. They had Seraph Lucian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should just go silent the whole game.
I
Never
don't know
ever
why,
group, I think.
Yes, I have no idea why they kept grouping. Zerath can't play the game on side lane versus Nocturne. Like, he's literally just going to get dove.
Yeah.
Like, if he tries to catch one wave and his team's not hovering, Nocturne is literally just going to solo dive him. Or not solo, but like 1v2 dive him, right?
Yeah.
So, like, his team has to hover him the whole time, even when he's under his tower.
Yeah, and then Nasir can push the outside.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
and Azir beats Gnar, so
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Thieves, Ooga booga.
Yeah, well, what do you guys think about 100 Thieves? I was going to ask that because there's a lot of there's a
what I
lot
think.
of like talk around them. You know, are they frauds? Are they not? Because like they came in first
yes,
place.
yeah. Next question.
What do you think it is? Because they've kind of had this tendency to hard throw games at about 20-minute mark.
Yep.
Do you guys feel that when you play them? Like, what is it like playing against 100 Thieves compared to, I don't know, FlyQuest?
I
or
feel that
like
way
a
against
really
every team
solid
besides
opponent?
Fly.
Huh?
Like every team these days can find a way to do grief. So
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. I mean, I don't know about Hunter specifically, but they're just like kind of like only fight team.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what they do. They fight. So
It's true.
even if you're behind,
Yeah.
there might be timers where you have 5 summoners, they have 0 summoners, or you have like a spike, and they will just be like, yeah, don't care, I'm fighting this no matter what. So they're kind of obvious in their gameplay. Yeah, no, maybe just like not very nuanced of a team.
They're good at fighting.
Yeah.
We'll give him it. Like, the one thing they do, they're kind of good at.
Yeah.
That's why they win a lot of games, and they're a strong team either way. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they because it's not like they have bad players or like people I wouldn't expect to like know
It's
what
true,
is a good
yeah.
fight and what isn't. But sometimes it's like shocking the angles that they'll take.
Yeah, to me, at least when I'm watching him, it kind of feels like they don't have anyone on their team who's like the no guy. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
when a play's happening, no one's just like, nah, this is bad. What happens a lot is somebody will get caught, and then rather than be like, all right, he's caught, do
Yeah.
anything else,
Yeah.
like push lanes, clear some wards, do whatever. They just converge on it and take the fight.
Yeah.
And honestly, they win it a lot of the time somehow, but obviously not every time. And a lot of times they throw games like that.
Yeah, like a bad salvage play.
Yeah,
Like just give the guy, gave up one tower. It's fine.
yeah,
Don't like chain int.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's a classic.
uh-huh.
One we're very familiar with.
We're famous for that one.
Yeah, you guys do that one too.
Phil is
yeah.
on no guy.
That's me.
And Blaber's the guy
you need
asking
a no
the question.
guy.
He's the question guy. He's the no guy.
Okay.
The white guy?
The no guy.
No, but what is he?
The question guy.
Like,
He
can we
asked like,
fight?
"Can we do this?" And I'm like, "Nope." Okay.
Next question.
That's
no.
good. That's good.
Can we dive this guy? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, sometimes
I'm not
I'll
doing that.
sometimes I'll say like I don't care, I'm going anyways, and then almost always when I say that, it's terrible.
Okay. But sometimes
They're-
Sometimes it's I don't give a fuck. Really bad.
It's like Phil be like, "I think we can't fight Drake without 3 ults and no flashes." I was like, "I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm going in." Anyways. Goes in, dies. Yeah, I'm sure give him Dragon. It goes both ways though. Sometimes it's good as well. So,
yeah.
but like having a no guy is good sometimes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
I mean, it's a balance, right? Like you don't want to call off everything, or
Yeah,
or
yeah.
You never want to be one of those teams that just like sits around doing nothing and losing. Like
Yeah.
that's just the worst. But you also don't want to,
I mean, Heart Thieves definitely doesn't sit around. That's for sure.
Yeah, they don't have boring games. Their games are never boring.
Yeah, it's
We'll
true.
give them that.
True.
I feel like they just gotta get the really out of the system. No,
Mhm.
it's like a thing top laners have to do like once in a while. They have to pick like some troll champ, lose lane, and then lose the game because of it. It's just
Hey, he was winning lane though.
up 10 CS,
Until the jungler showed
up
up.
10
Till the
CS,
jungler
buying
showed up.
blade and
Dude, I was
Hullbreaker.
up 10 CS till Jungler showed up.
So
Oh,
Jungler
what can I
full
do?
cleared and then came top for 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a top laner LTA, rite of passage or whatever.
Mhm.
Pick some, what if I pick Gnar? Pick me Aurelia, bro. I'm gonna fuck him up. And then you got 10 CS and you're completely useless the whole game.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
defense.
dude, there was that fight when he was Irelia where I don't know if you guys were in it or not, but like there was a big fight in
Yeah,
the
we
bottom river, and he was just completely zoned by Gnar. Like there was a Mega Gnar just
I
sitting
remember
there.
that
Oh
fight.
yeah,
I remember
He
that
he was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sitting there, not letting Irelia get into the fight, and then Gnar joined the fight and killed everybody. And then Irelia like
Bot tractor.
kind of tried to show up at the end, but couldn't do anything.
Fudge was smart in that series.
Yeah, Fudge has been kind of ramping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last,
he's
he played last week pretty well too.
Yeah.
It was kind of like smurfing on Weibo, I think.
I would be curious to see his Uber Eats account to see what he's been ordering recently, because this is like
Yeah.
prime McD's at night Fudge Factor that's showing up on stage recently. So
When Fudge was like fat, he was goaded.
Okay.
So he might be back on his bullshit.
You think he's bulking again?
Yeah, it might be.
Maybe.
The factor is back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
We gotta win.
Absolutely. What do you guys think about Shopify? Are they a threat? Are they ramping up? Or are they still, just bottom half team?
I mean, I think they're not bad.
They won today, so
Yeah.
that's the first win, no, from a bomb team against the top
DSG
team.
beat
Besides,
DSG,
besides the BA1 of
Yeah,
DSG
yeah,
kill.
yeah.
So
I mean,
not bad.
I mean, their biggest problem is like I think their early games are not bad. Like they get in good spots. I think Contrix has been playing pretty well early game for sure, and he's been helping his team. But their biggest problem is like
they overgroup, right?
yeah, they overgroup,
Mhm.
and then mid game they just get behind, and then they play out even situations really poorly. Like even today versus 100, I felt like they were losing a lot of situations where they're like even in the game, but they ended up winning. So good for them, but
Yeah, also complete shitfest though.
yeah,
Yeah. Do you think Palafox is slumping? Because they showed some stats on broadcast, like a bunch of like how are they compared to the other mids? And he was like 8th place in like every
I feel
stat
like if
they
you
showed.
slump for a long time, you're not slumping anymore.
Mm.
I mean, no offense, but
Yeah.
it's true,
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
You can't be slumping for like a year and a half or
Uh-huh.
however long it's been.
Yeah. So you just think he's like not playing well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
It's fair. I mean,
yeah. Compared to his teammates, I think like Fudge is playing better. Like last couple of weeks, Contact's been solid for the most part. B-Boy is just reliable. So yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I think it's fair to say.
As far as league news, TL officially signed Yuuji.
Yeah,
Was that one of the people you guys had practiced against when they were doing tryouts?
Yeah, he played 3 games, I think, right?
No, we didn't play against Yuuji.
Have you played against him much, Blaber and solo queue or whatnot? Like, you got any?
I played against him in
impression
solo
of him?
queue. We scrimmed against Maryville, I think, once last year. And even though their team was like really bad, I thought Yuuji was fine. I think he was one of the better players on his team when we scrimmed them. But I didn't feel like he was insane, but I also didn't feel like he was bad, which I feel like is like not a bad sign because like a lot of times when I scrim the tier 2 junglers, I just think they're terrible. But he didn't feel like he was terrible. He was doing normal things that I would expect a normal, juggler to do, which I think is already a good sign. And I think he'll be fine.
I had him on.
Not terrible. That's
yesterday.
high praise.
Yesterday in Tokyo, I had Yuuji against Umti, like last night.
Really?
Hype matchup, yeah.
How was that?
I mean, we won in 50 minutes. Yuuji had 3 winning lanes. So he's just the better jungler.
Was Umti playing emotionally?
Umti was playing Nafiri, and Yuuji was playing Kha'Zix or something.
That matchup's
Kha'Zix
terrible.
against
That
Neferi.
sounds-
I feel like
that's
Neferi is working
really
with dogs all
bad.
the time.
Yeah, that's
She's
one of
not
the
nice
worst
at-
matchups
Kha'Zix or some other assassin jungler. Talon, I don't know.
Yeah,
Can't
okay.
remember.
I would not want to play Kha'Zix with Zafiri. He's never
Maybe
isolated.
it was Talon,
Yeah.
but we won like 10 minutes. It was like completely over.
Was
He's-
it jungle
he's obviously
diff?
better. No,
Ju-
it's not jungle diff. It's
Oh.
3 winning lanes. AK jungle diff.
What can you do? That is jungle diff
But I
these
mean,
days.
I think he was here today, right? I saw him.
He was here, yeah.
Yeah. He was at the studios.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like he can't play, right? Because he has a student visa.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
you
heard.
need
Yeah.
He needs
a
a work
working
visa.
visa to
Yeah.
play in LCS or LTA.
Something
So
like
sucks for him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sucks. Nothing you can do because
Yeah,
the
that's got to be
experience-
weird for them, right? Like, they know they're trying to play with someone else and
yeah,
they're still playing with
I mean,
Umti.
Umti said he was fine with it or something. Like he was happy to have a sub.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's like
Yeah, man.
that's like cap.
Why wouldn't you be happy to be in that situation?
Yeah, it's like it can be motivating if you're like a good player but you're slacking. I can see it. But if you're playing poorly and that's the case, it might be like a more pressure that you don't need.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it can be helpful, but
I mean, Uti played bad today, in my opinion, but like I thought he was actually playing a lot better last couple of weeks,
yeah, I agree.
compared to how he was at least in like the first stand tournament or first split, and then so I thought he was ramping. I think he actually brings a lot of value to their team, to be honest, like his play style, but yeah, he was struggling today.
Yeah. What do you think he did today that, like, stood out to you as, like, bad play?
Well, the Skarner game, there's just the pathing just made no sense.
Yeah.
That was like-
Why did he do... At what point did you know he did that? Like, when he
What did he do exactly?
went
He-
from
he went-
his blue to Krugs and then recalled?
He
Oh, the
literally
Umti
he
Classic.
did blue to Krugs and based, and then I think he went to
Like
his
two-
Krugs.
2 camps base?
Two
He's not a
camps
jungler,
based.
so he's level
Yeah.
2 at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
He based.
And he buys a Ruby Crystal.
I
or
don't
boots?
even you can't even buy Ruby Crystal.
Why,
for sure.
why did he do that?
I don't think he buy...
Why?
So I think he was maybe expecting you to full clear his red side because you guys late in or whatever, like you started in his bottom jungle, you took Raptor's red, and then so he went from his blue, which he smited, into Blaber's Krugs, like he eat over through the Baron wall.
He's blue side. He went from his
Yeah,
own
he's
blue buff.
blue side. He
To
does
my
his
Krugs.
blue to your guys' Krugs,
And then based.
and then he saw
Oh.
Blaber walk through mid, like doing the like Raptor's red to the other Raptor's red, and then he just based
and
from
went to
Krugs.
his own Krugs.
Yeah,
I don't know where
He did
went.
blue-
I saw him
I'm
Krugs,
base.
pretty sure
Krugs?
he went to his Krugs because he came to my
Krugs to
Gromp.
Krugs?
Yeah, he went Krugs to Krugs, the Mike Young
That
path.
doesn't sound good.
It's actually my young path.
He did the Mike Young path, and then he came to my Gromp with 12 CS, which means he must have gone blue to Krugs, back to his Krugs, and then my Gromp.
Never do the Krug to Krug.
And he
guys.
came to the Grump, got hooked in the head, and lost
And
the whole
died.
game in 3 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
awesome.
that-
I was like,
it took 40 more minutes for it to
Yeah,
actually be
yeah.
lost. But
I was
that's
coming
where
out
he
of
lost
base
it.
with like a tear, thinking like, oh my god, Lucian was like so unskilled. Just E4 one shot me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm trolling, taking damage.
Get a
from
free
this.
kill there.
And I see Scar's like my Grump. I'm like, yeah, fuck, it, I can get the wave. I can come fight, get 2 kills. I think I only got 1 though, but
Yeah, you only got
it's,
one.
it's lit.
yeah.
Crashed my wave afterwards. Base, awesome.
So you were surprised to see him hit your Gromp.
I was I was surprised that he based after my Krugs. I mean, I was surprised that I was just confused in game. Like, I went to check my Krugs after my red, and I was like, I guess my KRUGS are gone.
Where are my KRUGS?
I'm like, I guess he was here.
At what point,
the KRUGS to KRUGS.
at what point did you check your KRUGS? Is he here right now or?
Yeah, so then I walked to the bush behind the red buff because like, oh, maybe he's standing there just smite steal my red or something, and I don't know, he just wasn't there. And then I come to my grop with like 24 CS or something, and I see he has 12, and I'm like, okay.
Never expect anything.
And their really wants to base at that point too.
Yeah.
When he's
So
going
I was
to-
so confused when he comes.
Yeah.
Like I have red buff, he has no buff, like no red buff. I just auto him with my red buff. Then like he eased me into the wall when he's like,
And he does not flash my hook as well.
Yeah.
I was
Also,
on
we had
vision the whole time.
mid-prio.
we also
Well,
had,
I don't have mid-prio,
our melee
but he
gave
just
away.
dropped everything.
He
Yeah,
moved
yeah.
first,
He gave
yeah,
away, yeah.
which is rare actually. Normally like, he doesn't move first. No, he just like says, "Ah, fuck it, I'll take a wave." It's true.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just stuff like that is like it's like weird, you know?
Yeah.
Because like Lilia invading your chickens when you're a tank jungler who can't contest it is very like it's a
Standard?
very normal path.
Yeah.
Like when you play champs like Sedge or like Skarner and you're against Lilia, you have no way to actually fight her at what Lilia's girl, right? I assume. But
Yeah.
yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah, okay. Fight her at the chickens, right? So you can't fight Lilia. So like this must have happened to him in scrims before. Lilia Skarner is a very normal
Yeah, he's
matchup.
been pro player for like 7 years.
Yeah.
So I'd say he's been through the.
So
the
I
tank
feel like
meta.
he must have like prepped for this better than that.
What's the most common response? Like, what if you're the Lily? What would you expect a Skarner to do in that situation? Just clear his blue side.
I mean, it just depends if he has wards on me or not. The thing is, like, if you don't have wards, it's like a bit harder. But he saw me cross through mid. But like, generally, I think you should just take your 3 blue camps, and then see what Lilia does. If Lilia actually goes to your KRUGS, it's very hard for her to get super far ahead because if she takes your full bot side, you can just go to her top side, and if you see her there, then you can fake to go to her bot side, and then she can't clear her top side, so because she has to run to your bot side. Otherwise, she's just trading camps, right?
Yeah.
And then if that happens, then like Lilia's not really getting far ahead. And then when your second Raptor spawn, she's probably only killed like her chickens in her blue or something.
Yeah.
And then you might also be able to get 2 crabs if you have prio, but yeah,
Ooh,
it just
2
depends.
crabs,
it just
yeah.
depends. Like
Jungle.
like if you
It's
Crab,
it's
like
interesting.
if you actually
Good.
see her go to
Yeah.
your KRUGS, then maybe you can invade. It just depends if you have vision or not.
Uh-huh.
Level 2 Joan camp, yeah.
KRUGS to KRUGS.
Where does blue into KRUGS play into
Dude,
this?
it's a Mike Young path.
I've never done
You
that
wouldn't-
path
you wouldn't
before,
get it.
but
Maybe you got to try it out.
I should try it
Could
out.
be
you,
good.
you wouldn't get it, bro.
Good for the Gromp invade afterwards.
You know, this path broke Mental when we were playing in TSM. We were playing against Clutch, right? You remember the series?
Remind me. I mean, I
The
remember.
Hakuo goated series.
The Hakuo, like,
Okay.
We're playing-
Hokuho. There's like a Hakuo
We're
series.
playing Vars against Kokmo, and we're
Yeah.
slumming bot. We dive bot. He's playing Olaf against Skarner. He kills their KRUGS on blue side after diving in bot. Then he runs to our KRUGS top without basing, and Skarner solo kills him
God.
on our KRUGS. And Mitty says after the game, "What the fuck? You did KRUGS to KRUGS?" And then some other things I don't want to say on camera. And then from there onwards, he was playing jungle and solo queue himself. he was that tilted. It's one of
Jesus.
my fondest memories on TSM.
That
is
that is a good
the
one.
dive bot into their KRUGS, into our KRUGS, no base.
He needs to
It-
go practice
it-
solo and
it
test
completely,
which
like,
one is
broke him.
faster. I think recalling is faster.
And then after the game, like Hans said, we can't play Vars into Kokmo. It's too bad.
Classic.
Because Skarner came bot level 6 and with the old Predator boots through lane.
Oh, the Predator boots.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? Skarner level 6 before my Olaf.
Just how the matchup goes.
Yeah. And the next game we played Skarner against Olaf, and their Olaf was not like, yeah.
He was level 6 before.
Yeah, he was
started,
a 6 before us, and we couldn't play.
Weird. It's not how that normally goes.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway, you guys have been playing on a new patch for the last
PTSD.
week or so. What do you think about the changes? Where there's like the Otacon, the Spirit Blossom. Anything stand out? Does it feel the same? Do you notice the changes a lot?
I mean, ball lane still swap top for Grubs because Grubs is still better than Drake's.
It's later though.
Yeah, they still go there. Sometimes you can't do Drake because it's hard to do 4v4 unless it's like big bot gap or big mid gap or something, or like Jones can solo it or something. So if you don't get Drake at like 5-6 minutes, you can't do it often. Then Grub's still better than Drake at that point, right? Because of plates. So often you run top anyways, and they match you or the way around. It depends on like the top laners. You know, Gnar can't 2v1 for example, while Sion can. So it always depends. But yeah, not much has changed, I think, overall, in how people play the game. It's nice though that Grubs aren't so obnoxious as they were before. Like the 6 Grubs was like so broken before.
It's so much better for junglers.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
very
I was gonna ask. Does it feel? Because I talked to Froxen on the dive about it, and he said one thing they want to do is give junglers more creativity because it felt a little stale. You know, it's just like 6 camps into 4 camps into Grubs. whatever.
Well, I don't think this gives junglers more creativity. The reason this is better
Really?
for jungle is because if the crab, the crab is RNG at 6 minutes, which is just so dumb. But like,
Okay.
it's RNG. So back on the old patch, if you can't fight grubs and the crab spawns on the grub side, your jungler's down 1 level from doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It's just really stupid. Like, but if the crab doesn't spawn there, then you're fine, right? But like, if your team's winning and the crab spawned on the grub side, you are just up a level from nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's now
It's just so
the
dumb.
crab doesn't spawn next to objective necessarily,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
like, even if crab spawns next to Drake, you don't hit 6. But before, 1 grub was the same XP as the Drake, right? But 1 grub is like so easy to kill compared to the Drake.
Yeah.
So you kill 1 grub in the crab, and now you're 6. And then the other enemy jungler comes, and he's level 5.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Okay. So less punishing.
I mean, it's just
Oh,
less RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get unlucky.
Yeah.
It's just-
And like, so like, it's just much better now. Like, I'm like, giving the crab is fine. Like, if the enemy team picks early game champs or like strong early game champs, you should give the crab. But like stuff like that is like really, like, it's too much. I felt like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or too much RNG.
They have J stop, so you have to give up the crab. Okay, I guess I lose like the crab and 3 grubs for no reason. So I'm just unlucky.
yeah, it's just down too much XP. I don't know. Especially if you're playing matchups like Lilia versus Neferi, as an example, right? If you're
Yeah.
playing Scar and Maokai, it's like whatever.
Mhm.
But like in carry matchups, it's just so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Have the bounty changes felt like anything? Or is that
Yeah,
just
sometimes
It's
whatever?
very weird now.
sometimes you're like down 1k gold. There's no bounties. Then you get 1k gold ahead, and suddenly you have 1k bounty on your head.
Or sometimes like enemy team has like APA and 4 wards, and APA is like 10-0, but because his team is behind in
Yeah,
gold,
he has no bounty.
his shutdown's gone. Like he's no bounty, and then they take a turret, and then boom, 1k shutdown on his head. Is
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Interesting.
It can
it's
happen
like,
at, like,
it's
the
technically
worst time.
there, but
Yeah.
you won't get like
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Yeah,
can
So
happen.
so
It's true.
individual bounties can like
They're-
shoot up really quickly now compared
Yeah.
to before.
Yeah, because like the moment you're behind, your bounty goes.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
like-
have
it's
bounty.
just a switch. I think either you have bounties or you don't, depending on
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
behind or not. It feels like
It's a little bit like, yeah.
Both teams can't have bounties anymore. Before it was
Yeah.
like if your ADC was 7-0 and their ADC was 7-0, both ADCs would have 1k bounty.
Which
Yeah.
feels bad sometimes because like sometimes one guy having all the gold it's actually like good for you, but if you kill him, nothing happens.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it felt bad to have a bounty while you were losing, so I kind of
Yeah.
get that. But it's also weird going from like, okay, the game state's even. Oh, we won a fight, and then I died, and now they have 1,000 gold.
Yeah,
It's-
it can go both ways because like, sometimes you're like your team is winning, but you're behind individually. Like I'm down like 1k gold as an ADC, and I have a bounty on my head, but he doesn't have one on his head. The aim ADC, so it's like I don't know. It feels kind of like it could need some more fine tuning,
Or
perhaps.
sometimes like in scrims it'll be like the solo queue thing where you press tab and you see, oh, this guy has a 700 gold shutdown. Let's try to kill him, and then by the time you kill him, the shutdown's gone.
yeah.
You know, like I don't know what happened, but we killed the turret, so now he's worth the normal amount of gold.
is
and
there
then
any
it's
is
like
there
a
any
scam.
gaming that like? Is there any way to manipulate it? Like, hey, let's give them a turret so their bounties turn on.
Well, you don't know how much
Probably in
gold.
Korea.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
You,
We don't do this here. we haven't gotten that far yet.
I mean, the thing is, like,
Okay.
you don't actually know. Like, you guys are watching the game, so you know how much gold we're behind or
Yeah.
ahead. But like, we have no idea exactly
Yeah.
how much gold. Like,
Mhm.
imagine you just give a turret, but like, now you just lost the turret. Now you-
bounty.
We did
now
that
you just
today. We
lost-
were trying that today, no? we were giving turrets.
Yeah, yeah, it was all our strategy.
Yo, where's the Ziggs
we
bounty?
didn't want the
Yo?
bounty. We didn't want the bounty.
Yo, get
The
2
late-
turrets. Let's give them a couple more. See what happens.
The latest countdown theory: give towers for bounties, and
It's working right now.
then you
Funny.
can't kill him because he has more gold than you.
That's good. That's good.
Uh,
So other than that, patch feel pretty similar to you guys.
yeah. I mean some champ changes, some nerfs, some
Lane
buffs,
matters a
but-
bit more, I think, the champs that you pick, because before it felt like it was a bit easier to like get away with weaker lanes.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you just
on
run
top of
around
level 4.
and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So you have more of a laning phase now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, people are
Yeah.
just better playing the game nowadays. They use grubs better, so they know if we run top and they don't, we get grubs. They don't, we get plates. They don't. So
Yeah.
it's like you kind of just have like a flow chart of like, can our top laner 2v1? No. Okay, then we must go top.
Yeah. Do
We just have to.
the other big change was the boots. Like they're cheaper.
Yeah, they're
for
way
the,
better now. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
way better. Yeah.
I think they're actually like the feats thing is actually good to get now. Like when I get the feat, like when I'm in the game, I'm actually like sometimes thinking about the feats. Like not always, right? Because like you can't control it, but like you like I literally just didn't even care if I got the feat of strength or not on the last patch. It was like
Mhm.
whatever, like who cares? But now I'm like, oh nice, we got it.
Yeah.
Like that's nice.
Yeah. They also did the grub change where like 2 grubs gets you the feat of strength.
Yeah.
Instead of having to get all 3, which is that seems kind of weird, but
It's
I
good.
guess it's better.
It's really good for you if you're there first.
Yeah.
Because if you're there first, like let's say they need to push a wave or something first, right? And you don't push the wave, you almost always get the first one without having to smite.
Yeah.
Which means you can save smite for the second one. So if you get 2, you get the feat. It's nice for the feed because of that reasoning.
Yeah, makes sense. Next, we have a look ahead with Cloud9 Kia. You guys will be playing for first seed against an undetermined team, either FlyQuest or Dignitas, depending on the results of the match on Sunday.
So we're going to be preparing for FlyQuest. Beppo has like pretty weird picks in the top lane that we have to prepare for in this next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Surdy's picks?
You mean the doctor?
The doctor? Is he a doctor?
Doctor Strange?
I see.
He finds a way.
Yeah.
To win the game, right?
Yeah, for us. He's the OG Doctor Strange, but these days, Lion Gaming is Doctor Strange as well, and Teal as well. After the second game,
You guys have a little plot armor.
I mean, it's
You better not waste it though. This is spring split, not even in playoffs yet. You got to save some of this
It's
plot
split
armor.
2 actually, because in Brazil it's
That
Southern
was
Hemisphere.
That
so
was
you-
winter split, actually.
yeah, come on, bro.
Whatever, split 2. whatever you
Oh,
wanna call
I
it.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
But yeah, a lot of doctors.
Yeah. Okay. So let's assume FlyQuest.
Anyway,
Let's assume FlyQuest will play for the
Yeah.
likely scenario. How you guys feeling about them? Because they've pretty much been, you and FlyQuest seem to be a bit ahead of the rest.
Yep.
Up to this point.
they've been kind of running us in scrims recently.
Yeah.
Like
True.
last 3 scrims, I think our best record is 3-3, and most of them are like 2-4.
Playing as their coaches though.
Yeah. No, 3-3 was like about the coaches. That was
Okay,
a normal scrim.
We also
But
went.
yeah,
We
they-
actually went 3-3 against their coach and 3-3 against not their coach. So maybe their coaches are just goated.
Yeah, they had like a day where Quad had he was sick or something, so they played Nuke Duck, and Nuke is obviously a challenger player, so it's not too bad.
Oh, Nuke Duck was actually playing in this
He played
scrim.
like
Yeah.
3 games something or 4
okay.
in one scrim or something.
You played a
And-
full day.
He played a full day too.
Yeah, yeah, actually did right yesterday or
Yeah.
the day before.
2 days ago.
Yeah. He played like one full day and like 3 games the other day. It was actually not bad. He plays
Dude, I
mostly
respect
like
that.
tanks.
I feel like that gives the coach so much credibility when they can actually just like sit down and play the game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. He actually can say like, "You're shit at this champ. I can play better than you."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah, he's not too bad. He plays like mostly like tank, like Galio or Ari.
CC maybe.
Annie.
Hey, don't leak his champ pool, okay? Like he might sub in.
Don't leak.
Ari the tank champion.
I mean, these days, mid-laners, Roa, Seraphs, Liandries, Mercs.
we
need to talk
haven't
about
been
that.
seeing as many rods after the patch.
After
I don't
nerf,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which, I mean, probably.
and
a good
Loki
thing.
lost his rods.
Yeah.
Does he?
I hated his build.
Vigor has to tell him like, stop buying full tank, bro. Thanks.
You're allergic to doing damage? Or?
Yeah, he
He,
hates doing
really
damage
was,
sometimes.
by the way. Like he really was.
Really?
I mean, like he loved like playing Victor, like Mercs, Liandries.
Chovy's doing it.
That was literally his reasoning. I asked him, "Why are you doing this?" And he said,
It's
"Jovi's
very
doing
simple,
it."
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that is
What's the
the
compliment?
number one
No,
pro
there's nothing I
player.
can say. Like,
Yeah.
what can I do? It's Chovy.
In my whole life, that is the thing that will like cut through any logic with the pro player, especially Korean imports. You
Koreans
say,
are like crazy with it too.
hey, this pro Korean player did this, and then that'll get their attention. They'll be like, oh,
My favorite
Don't
was
say.
Whip Berserker asked him like, "Why do you buy Fire Cannon on Jinx against like Sion Hecarim?" He's like, "Opens a VOD. Look, Guma did it." I'm like, "Yeah, he's playing against like Jace and like some AP jungler brand, He's like, "Yeah, that's true." It's like the wheels start turning. He's like, true."
I have
He actually just didn't think about it at all. Like,
yeah, I have another Berserker one where last year we started playing Lucian a bit, and it's always like, should you pick Milio or should you pick Nami with it? And I preferred Nami at that point, and I wanted to play Nami with it, but he was saying, nah, I need Milio. Like I need the range, or Lucian is unplayable. And I was like, okay, man, but when I play Milio, like I feel so useless. When I'm Nami, like I'm so OP. No, I need the range. It's unplayable otherwise. And then, obviously, a couple of weeks later in LCK, they're playing Nami every time, and he's like, okay, we can try Nami.
that is the pro player logic. Always will be, I think.
newest champions unlocked.
Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
Congrats again on the win.
Happy to be here.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know down below what you want to see next time.
Don't forget to check out the new merch collection,
The SS25
Spring.
collection.
It's awesome.
Awesome.